International students often face significant hurdles, starting with the high cost and difficulty of securing suitable accommodation in a new country. Finding a place to live can be a daunting task, adding immense pressure to their initial experience abroad. Beyond housing, mental health is a critical concern, with many students finding solace in coping mechanisms like meditation and exercise. Regular physical activity, such as going to the gym, provides a vital outlet for stress and helps maintain overall well-being. Making new friends and overcoming trust issues in an unfamiliar social environment can also be a profound challenge for many. During these times, the support of family, even from afar or a cousin nearby, becomes an invaluable anchor. Despite these obstacles, the international student journey is often incredibly rewarding, fostering resilience and global understanding.
Moving to a new country for education is something many students dream about, but living that experience is very difficult from imagining it. For me, leaving India and coming to the Canada to study higher fitness health promotion program was one of the biggest decisions of my life. I came here completely alone. No parents, no relatives, no friends. At first, I thought it was a prepared, and because I was excited and eager to start new chapter. But once I arrived, I realized how challenging it is to me to rebuild everything to entire life from zero and in the in a place where everything is feel unfamiliar. One of the first challenge was finding new place to live because back home I have my own house, so my parents arrange everything for me, but here I have to learn how to rent a work, understand the rules, talk landlords, and make decision completely on my own. I remember how day of my see a basement that looked completely different from the picture. I felt scared, confused, and frustrated because I didn't know like who to trust, where else to go. That night I cried silently because the responsibility suddenly felt too heavy, and it was my first real moment of realization I am truly on my own here. After finally finding accommodation, the next challenge was doing every task that was so simple back home was so simple at back home, but doing grocery shopping, for example, become a stressful adventure. I didn't know like where to get the Indian ingredients, I how I can recognize many brands, and I worried about spending too much because I remember like in the back home the groceries are meant to be 20 minutes trying to figure out like how to buy this stuff in the over here, but in the back house like my parents used to do that, so like it's easy for me. Everything felt new and everything small task suddenly need planning and courage for me. Transportation was the another struggle I faced most of the time, and like now I was cope up with this thing. But in the starting I had to learn how to read the maps, use the Google for the finding the buses, travel long distance alone in a cold weather. I still remember taking the wrong bus on my first week, ending up from where I want not to be there, because like from there have to like get 1 hour to go back to my house, and from the house I need to go to my college. Like it's almost take like 2 to 3 hours for me. My phone battery was low and it was like getting dark, and I feel suddenly wave of panic because my phone is also low and I don't find any place like the person to talk and get help. And also I don't know anything about how to get the rides and stuff. Like that moment made me miss my home so much. Back in India everything was familiar, and I also had someone to call, but here I can't call any self because I don't know anyone over here, even though it was scary and I might make me more stronger really in the end. College life was whole different adjustment. The education system here is more practical and interactive, and I had to learn how to participate in class decisions, discussions, manage multiple assignment, communication confidently with professors. The accents were something difficult to understand because like in the back home like we have the different language, but we yes we have good quality and like good information about the English over here also. That's then also like we got struggle in the starting. These were the days I felt stressed because I wasn't sure if I was doing the thing right way. But slowly I started getting comfortable and realized that everyone was here to learn and help us. The biggest emotional challenge for me was the loneliness. When you come alone to a new country, the silence at home feels heavier, and there's no one who wait for you in your home, and you miss your old friends, simple food, cooked food, because here you have to make your food all everything by yourself. My mental well-being was affected because I constantly felt the pressure of stay strong, and even on the days when I just feel someone need my support, or I need someone's support, I don't find anyone. However, this experience also helped me to grow. I never expected, like, I learned how to cook myself, how to manage the budget and do the money things, and how to do the stuff. This personal experience inspired me to choose this topic, like mental health and cultural adjustment among the international student, as a topic for the project. Many students, because I know like many students who move abroad face similar challenge, language barrier, transportation issues, academic pressure, cultural differences, and emotional struggle like stress, homesickness, and loneliness. So this project, I just want to like highlight the most important topic, and like help us to know like what are the things we have to do when we came alone over here. Like my goal over this assignment is to like spread awareness about the emotional and the mental well-being for the students who live there away from their countries for the education. I also want to emphasize how strong support system, friends, teachers, college service, community resources can make a huge difference for helping students to understand and safe and feel welcomed over here.
This video explores the mental health challenges faced by the student, an international student, when he first moved to a new country for studies. It highlights the difficulties of adapting to a new environment, cultural differences, and the emotional impact of living away from family. The student's experience provides insight into the common struggles many international students face, and how these challenges affect mental well-being. When the student first arrived, everything felt unfamiliar, from public transport to classroom styles and even everyday conversations. On top of that, he had to manage studies, part-time work, and daily responsibilities like cooking and cleaning. This sudden independence caused stress, self-doubt, and feelings of loneliness. One moment the student remembers clearly is his first trip to the grocery store. Being vegan made it even harder to find food. Labels were confusing, brands were unfamiliar, and he didn't know how to cook meals. Feeling lost and overwhelmed, he realized just how challenging cultural adjustment can be. Cultural differences added to the stress. Even though he spoke English, accents and fast conversations made him nervous. Missing the taste of home increased homesickness, and people's direct communication style felt intimidating at first. These differences made him feel like he didn't fully belong. Over time, things improved. The student learned how to manage his daily routine, cook simple meals, and find vegan foods. He made friends, grew more confident, and became more independent. While challenges remained, his mental well-being gradually improved as he adjusted to his new environment. Adjusting to a new country is never easy. Feeling overwhelmed is normal. But with time, patience, and persistence, international students can adapt, grow, and thrive in their new surroundings.
Hi Raman, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Like we are going to go and for an interview because I have an assignment in my subject, and because I'm studying in Durham College, so I just need to have some interviews for the students who how they struggle and how what are the challenges they are facing. Can I just do some few questions for you?
Yes, I'm happy to help you.
Okay. The first question about the interview is like, what were the biggest challenge you faced when you first came to study in new country, and how those challenges affect your mental well-being?
Hi, when I first came to study in Canada, the biggest challenge were adjusting to the new environment, understanding the culture, and dealing with the emotional weight of being away from the family. Everything felt unfamiliar, like public transportation, classroom style, even daily conversations. I was trying to adapt to so many challenges at once, and it made me feel stressed and unsure of myself. I also struggle with balancing my studies, part-time work, and personal life. Back home, I had support for my daily tasks, but here I had to manage everything on my own: cooking, cleaning, assignments, and work. All the responsibilities together affect my mentally well-being, and I start doubting myself and worrying a lot about where I was doing and what I am doing, whatever I am doing is right or not. So overall, the pressure made me feel lonely and overwhelmed at times. But gradually, as I learned how things worked, I started building confidence.
Okay, can you share a specific moment when you feel stressed or lonely or well-being?
Yes. So there was one moment from my early days that I will never forget. I went to grocery store for the first time, thinking it would be easy, but once I entered, everything felt confusing. The labels were different, the brands were unfamiliar, and even the layout of the store felt strange. I kept walking back and forth, trying to find basic items, but nothing looked like what I used at home. The situation even become even more stressful because I am vegan. In the beginning, finding vegan food is Canada was extremely difficult for me. I did not know which products were vegan and many ingredients did not look familiar. I stood in the aisle searching things online, trying to understand what I could or could not eat. It made me feel completely helpless. Another challenge was that I was not used to cooking. Back home, I did not cook regularly because I had support from my family. And suddenly I was in a new country where I had to choose ingredients, cook meals, following a diet that was already difficult to maintain. I remember things: how am I going to survive here if I can't even figure out what to eat? Everyone around me looked busy and confident, while I felt lost and out of place. I want to ask someone for help, but I felt nervous. What if they did not understand me because of my accent? What if I ask someone something silly? All these thoughts stayed in my mind, and in that moment, everything hit me at once. And this distance from home, the culture difference, the responsibility of living alone. It may sound small, but emotionally, it was very heavy. When I reached home, I actually cried. That grocery store moment made me realize how real and challenging culture adjustment can do. It was not about the store itself, it was about suddenly feeling alone in a world where nothing felt familiar.
Oh, it's tough for you, I think.
Yeah, it's very hard to be adjust here at the initial days.
Okay. And the second question is, how did cultural difference like language, food, or communication impact you emotionally?
Culture difference impacted me emotionally in many ways. For example, like
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I am doing a school project about international students, how they adjust in Canada. So I just need to ask one or two quick questions. Your name won't be used, and you don't need to share any personal things. Is that fine for you? The first question I need to ask you is, what has been the biggest challenge you faced while adjusting to a life in Canada?
Actually, when I was arrived here, and the biggest challenge for me to make new friends, because I have trust issues. I I do not I don't trust anyone easily, so it is the biggest challenge for me.
Oh, it's like tough for you, right?
Yeah.
And the second question I just need to ask you is like, who support you the most when you came over here?
When I came here, the when I came here, my cousins support me a lot in different things, like the banking works, find a new home, uh, and the knowledge about how I can find the buses and the locations for work.
What kind of sport do you wish international students had more of?
So basically, I think the main problem I find here when I came as an international student is about accommodation. The accommodation provided by the college is very expensive, so I think if colleges provided some cheaper accommodation within the campus, that will be very helpful for the student.
Okay. And what do you do personally to take care of yourself mentally health while studying here?
So basically, I'm some religious person. So when I came here, I used to go to temple where I do some meditation, and apart from that, then I started going to joined the gym there, and that thing less my stress, and I also find some friends over there. So I find it pretty cool. Thank you.